It's big, it's bad, and it's coming to a screen near you. Kane finally confirmed he has started with updating Darkness Falls to version 1. Well, it was actually a couple of weeks ago, but his first experimental version is out, and he is actually already on around about experimental version 5. So it looks like he's still on track for a possible later October release or just after October. But remember, this is experimental, so you won't get stable until much later in the year. Now, you have to see this. Escape from Tarkov, or EFT, is a brand new overhaul that launched into testing in September. It's not the same as the one in 7 Days to Die on mods.com under the same name. Very different to this Alpha 21 mod and different developers. There are 3 devs involved. Brian DVS is mainly involved with the overhaul part and the coding. He did the Vanilla Reloaded mod. You'll remember I did mention or report on the Vanilla Reloaded mod. He has moved on to Escape from Tarkov now. There are 2 other devs, M14 and Closer X, and they are specifically involved with the weapons. M14's plan is to bring at least 95% of the Escape from Tarkov game weapons into the mod. The gun part is no ordinary overhaul. This is pretty unique. The mod is hopefully going to be stable in November with 2 versions. One will be the overhaul part, and the other will be a guns-only pack. The variety of guns is second to none. This storage is just the shotguns, the handguns, and the submachine guns. They are well-crafted, beautiful works of art, but the attention to detail, especially with the animation, is what I am most fascinated with. Now, in vanilla we have a pump-action shotgun. The ammo on paper is different, but the animation and artwork while reloading this ammo is always the same animation. Or if we have a revolver with 5 shots in it, if you shoot 2, your animation for reload is the same as when you shoot 5. Many other overhaul mods use the same vanilla audio and animation, so you generally get sick and tired of the same old weapons doing the same old stuff. Bring in Escape from Tarkov, which shifts this up to a new level. Let us take the revolver. If you shoot 1 round, you don't get an entire reload animation, but 1 round is removed from the chamber and 1 is replaced. Four shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reload. And we see that there are 4 rounds that are added to the chamber. Take a double barrel shotgun. In vanilla, no matter what you shoot, which ammo you use, it will always be the same. Now back to the mod. Shoot once, 1 shell is reloaded. Shoot 2 shells, and you get 2 reloaded. Let us change ammo. Moving to a slug. Notice the color change. So the mod is showing the difference in the ammunition. Vanilla pump action, 7 shots. Same animation and timing for reload no matter how many shots you do. Always the exact same timing. Now moving to Escape from Tarkov, we have a beautiful pump action. 3 shots, 3 shells are replaced. Now if we empty the gun and while reloading we are suddenly surprised by Big Mama. You're not stuck in the animation, but you can exit and use the ammo that you have already loaded. Yes, I know this is longer. It means reloading is obviously longer, but the satisfaction that comes with this just makes you want to shoot for the sake of shooting and watching the system in action. The mod already has a huge assortment of suppression mods, scopes and sights, magazines and drum magazines, and of course a massive array of rounds for all the various guns. The work and dedication that has gone into bringing you this mod is certainly not going to go unnoticed. The numerous assault rifles, machine guns and sniper guns, besides various ones having a different animation, the audio effects certainly do attempt to be different and more authentic. Nomad difficulty will be considered the optimal way to play, as this is going to be a challenging mod. The guns each display very detailed information about each weapon, such as ammo type, which repair item is required, and the ability to mount various grips or flashlights and other items. Accuracy and distance information is also displayed, giving you a very good rundown on the weapon and its capabilities. It is currently available for those wishing to test and give feedback, and the mod will have a learn by doing system, an overhaul on skills and perks, custom military themed zombies, and a trader overhaul. Of course, it is based on the Escape from Tarkov online realistic first-person shooter. Some of the features are still in the future, but as mentioned, the overhaul and the gun-only pack will be launched officially in November. So it will also be for those that want to just install the extra guns. If you wish to help with testing and take a look at the mod, you can find it on Nexus for now. I also do have a link in my Discord if you can't find it on Nexus. One of our older, well-established mods that launched in September was Joke Mod. This version is still version 4, which was released in Alpha 21 in May. This is now version 4.2 with a huge number of tweaks, fixes and balances and various changes that make the mod compatible with the version 1 base game. There are some new additions, but not enough to warrant a whole version change. Rizzo said the mod update took a lot longer than expected. Besides real life, the challenge section, the new challenges were, well, a real challenge. These have been replaced with joke mod versions. We said that District 0 was around the corner in my August video, and well, it actually did launch just a few hours after that. The mod launched with version 2.3 and 2.31 a few days later. Not stable, but experimental, so a work in progress. Version 2.3 has many fixes and changes for compatibility to version 1. Not many things have been added, but there are many changes and tweaks. Xylox, the dev, has also added custom challenges which have replaced the basic vanilla start quest. Xylox says that he has replaced the hunter challenges with his own exterminator options. He has made numerous changes related to the vehicles, such as burning particles on various vehicles and a dirt overlay texture for some custom road vehicles. He also changed the audio so that when you run over robots, it's a lot more satisfying. Another vehicle, but the one that you can't drive, are drones. The drones also had thrusters and an engine particles upgrade when they are flying. Continuing with his initial removal of live food, eggs have now been removed. Or should we say that they've actually been replaced with rotten eggs? It always seemed a bit odd to me that eggs were still available in the initial versions. Finally, if you have been playing the mod before, you'll notice a very important change. Previously, we had fusion, plasma, and laser as your more advanced tiers. Xylox has now removed the fusion tier of weapons. He reordered the melee and gun tiers so that laser is actually the first tier at this point, with plasma being your final level. But the more important thing is that fusion is out. The Aircraft Carrier Challenge mod launched in September by DAT, which stands for the three devs, Devil's Cut, Angelicus, and Tech Geek. I recall they were going to release about a month ago, but Angelicus said it was a lot later than they expected owing to a massive extra piece of content and extra missions that they decided to add. This is a permadeath challenge. You die, the mission is over. If someone dies in multiplayer, everyone loses. You're on a single POI, the aircraft carrier, and must live here and eventually escape on a crafted UH-60 helicopter. The ship is your map, though on the surface it looks quite small, but don't be deceived as the POI is pretty huge and goes down many levels. You can choose your biome and difficulty where you wish to spawn. One of the big changes from Alpha 21 is corpses are not lootable anymore, but they will now drop red bags. Perk books and magazines have a higher chance to drop, and various zombies have special loot, so obtaining what you need is not always just from looting, but from killing zombies. The challenge is only on the mod launcher, so you can download it from there. Then, on 4 September, a much anticipated newish mod was launched. Afterlife. Afterlife did launch in Alpha 21, but a bit late, and many people did not know about it. The unique interface, the sleek and well-oiled mechanics meant a lot of players have quickly jumped on and are playing it. The mod is awesome, but now I can say without any hesitation, it is certainly the most difficult 7 Days to Die mod I have ever played. On Nomad. Yes, my normal warrior difficult was cut down to Nomad, and it is still very challenging. I'll be doing a what is video on this a bit later in October. This mod transforms the various biomes so that the forest is just that, a forest. The desert in the vanilla game is a shadow compared to the hazy desert of Afterlife. The Wasteland, well, we won't talk about that right now, we can leave that for another time, but that is the home of some very bad company. For now, the mod is available for download from the mod launcher, and there is a thriving Discord if you want to keep up with information and also make suggestions. There is a patch that is incoming, so if you are planning to still play it, possibly wait until the next patch of fixes and balances is dropped. Just remember, the mod is more realistic. It is not meant to be easy. Some features are meant to be as they are and are not a bug or unbalanced. It is nearing midnight, and it's about time this town had a new sheriff. Wild West Mod is on the verge of its public release. They did do a quiet release a few days ago, so alive or dead, it's your choice if you want to get access to it now on their Discord. But the full public release will be likely around this weekend or so. They may have been a bit earlier, but the Fun Pimp's latest B14 update really threw a spanner in the works. One of the devs, Tallman Brad, said that two modders, Aramis and Oak Raven, put a lot of work into the fixes and they were able to get over the problems. Wild West Mod has come a long way since I last played it more than a year ago. Tallman Brad said that they have removed and replaced a lot of entities in the mod to better represent the Wild West theme. Here is a familiar POI. I mean, many of us have spent much time in this POI and cleared it or attempted to loot the main stash without going all the way around. You can see how the Wild West mod has transformed it to follow the Western theme. Awesome work in making it compatible, and I know they are still working on many aspects in the mod to keep it evolving. Tallman Brad said that the new Frontier custom map has been overhauled quite extensively with POI updates, and they are also adding more infested quests for longevity of gameplay. The new trader progression system has been adopted, and they made the required changes that will encourage map exploration with balancing. Random world generator will also be possible now with some changes, but the changes will require a few tweaks. It will also be soon on the mod launcher once it goes public. Another new mod is Outback Roadies. The dev has called it an expansion for 7 Days to Die with an Australian theme. It has a huge Australian 10K handcrafted continent map that you can use if you choose to. Custom Australian recipes and some awesome Outback Mad Max style off-road vehicles as well. If the zombies don't kill you, then the wildlife and creepy crawlies most likely will. The mod has a number of Australian themed animals and other interesting creatures. So right now, all these mods are available to play with public releases. Many of these are considered stable, and so you should not have any problems in playing them, but they are being updated. In July and August, Age of Oblivion dev Preppocalypse said he was delayed and it would take many months before he could update Age of Oblivion. However, on 6 September, Preppocalypse said that he was now pretty burnt out and it is unsure when he will be modding again. The mod is not dead, it is still there and you can play it for Alpha 21.2. Preppocalypse has been doing this for more than 3 years now, so we hope to see him back modding again at some point. But for now, there will be no version 1 update of Age of Oblivion. Furious Ramsey has been showing off some new features in Rebirth, which is hopefully coming by the end or just after the end of October. This is one of those mods that has been very popular in Alpha 20, but as it missed Alpha 21, many players have not heard about it. I assure you, it is a very well developed mod. Ramsey has been showing off a new scenario feature. He has currently only added one scenario called The Purge. So, you can play the game as normal, but the Purge scenario changes the way the game is played, very differently. You are spawned into a random location, and your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves the clearing out of the zombies from the nearby towns and cities. Besides zombie animals, there will be no zombie spawns. No jobs at traders, no blood moon, so there is no horde night. Traders are not protected, and wandering hordes will gradually increase in size and frequency. There are no roaming bandits, but there will be some bandit events. As you move from location to location, you must clear out a POI. Ramsey put a lot of relevant information on the map. For example, you can see if you have cleared a POI or not. When you get to that POI, it tells you how many zombies are there and it counts down approximately the number of zombies that are left as you kill them. Once you are done, you are given an audio notification and the POI is marked off. Completing or purging a certain number will give you a reward, which comes in the form of a supply drop. The supply drop will also scale as you progress. If you do go to a more difficult biome when you have not completed your previous biome, you will be given various ailments and sicknesses. Once the Fun Pimps do their weather update, Ramsey says that he will also include harsh weather as part of the ailments if you do decide to stray outside of the correct progression. You will also be provided a special armor piece to allow you to move to the next biome or difficulty zone. This will obviously give players a very different way to play 7 Days to Die. I know many don't always enjoy the normal Horde Nights playthrough. They can do it without the Blood Moon, but it is not just a matter of switching it off. You can also have goals and other challenge scenarios waiting for you. As mentioned, we will expect Rebirth to launch hopefully by the end of October. Killer Bunny has been throwing many teasers at us as we come up towards a release for Apocalypse Now version 1. He posted recently he added more than 40 new wrenchable vehicles, with numerous ones giving different salvage once they are broken down. There are new cooking stations such as the camping stove and then the awesome kitchen set as a tier 3 upgrade. They all come with additional upgrades such as cooking tools and set enhancements. These in turn will provide better food production. He's also brought back the football zombie, the cheerleader, and the old-timer zombies. The old Screamer has also returned and is called Barbie. She will appear in the POIs, but won't have the typical Screamer functionality. Here is hoping for a 2024 launch of Apocalypse Now. Still lots of work to do, but world domination is nearing. Right, a few mods that have been quite silent recently. All indications suggested Ravenhearst was going to be out by the end of August, but since then things have gone pretty quiet over the past month. So we are still waiting for an announcement from Jax. I do know his computer crashed this past week, which will likely delay him even more. Asia Mod have no comments about its arrival, and all is quiet on the Western Front with Winterween. Even quieter is Never Alone, so I am unsure if this mod will be updated for version 1 at all, as there's been no response on the forum or from the mod developer. Grey's Prophecy has unfortunately been shelved for now. There was hope over the past 2 months that Gan the Grey was going to update, but things have changed in his life, so he has officially shelved Grey's Prophecy for now. Alpha 21.2 is the current version, and you can get that from his Discord. True Survival is still being updated, but it is slow going, as the dev, Spider, started a new job this past month, and so real life is understandably getting in the way. However, he says that he will get there, as he does already have version 1 working with the mod, and he is currently busy with updating the new clothing and armor system. As we mentioned last month, Sorcery Mod should get DevRex back later in October. That is not when Sorcery Mod will launch, but when DevRex will start hopefully modding again. So Sorcery is still unfortunately a very long way off. War of the Walkers has had an official statement that there is no ETA for version 1, and this is owing to very little time for the mod dev Dwell-Lord. So for now, War of the Walkers has no version 1 that is expected. Good news for Fallout fans. B-Dubs posted a quick message to say that the Wasteland mod is still going along nicely. He posted a picture of the pretty cool looking challenge system that he was slowly transforming into his Fallout theme. Maybe in the next week or so he will release a test version of the Wasteland mod. Fingers crossed. Undead Legacy has been gaining momentum. With nearly 23,000 members on Subquake's Discord, Undead Legacy has been downloaded more than 600,000 times in the past few years, and nearly 2 million times on repeated downloads. Subquake has been posting around about once a month on various updates since July. Subquake is planning to release information about his awesome rework of the skill system a bit later this month. Action skills are certainly not going away, but he has some really awesome changes that you definitely will be happy about, so expect an announcement about that quite soon. A recent innovative change he published coming in version 1 is something we often see in other games. That is the double jump feature for your character. You know, with the parkour skill, you have little control over it. So as you upgrade, you can jump higher and higher. Sometimes this is a pain. I know from my point of view, while trying to get through an opening somewhere out in front of you, I can keep jumping and keep bashing my head on the ceiling or the roof as I keep jumping too high. That is why we have the double jump. For those times when you don't want to jump so high, but when you really need it, you, can jump high. Pretty neat. Subquake still hopes to release Undead Legacy in 2024, but is not committing to anything definite at the moment. So what to expect this month in October? Well, maybe Rebirth later on. There is a small chance Escape from Tarkov could be a bit early with its public release, but by this weekend or next week, we should see Wild West Mod and the Wasteland with a public launch. Of course, Darkness Falls will also be launching tomorrow. Darkness Falls will be launching when it is ready. Probably, no, let's not guess. That is it for now. You can join me on my Discord, the SnowBee Hive, if you wish to. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you in the next one.